Click to expand. There we go. Why does that take so much work to get to? Jesus Christ. Okay. What's up, Challenger? How you doing? I'm living my life. Living my life. All right, there we go. Finally. All right, guys. Oof. Oh yeah. I don't know why this is so behind, but yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, stop talking to me, people. Whatever. So welcome to my little live broadcast. I don't have any topics or anything specific to talk about. I just want to get on here for a second and I guess run my mouth and talk. And if anybody had like questions and things that they wanted to, I guess, kind of hit me up with, then you guys can. I'm just living my life. Just update quickly on, I guess, the things that are going on with me. So I've been having probably like a really rough, really bad like last month or so, and it's been difficult just because of the fact that like I'm trying to I'm trying to do a lot of things. My psychologist, she told me that like one thing that is a blessing, or is that something that I should be proud of about myself, is that like I'm very creative and I'm very I have a lot of aspirations, which is obviously good. But when you need to simplify your life so much, so that way you can manage your stress levels easier, it becomes a lot for me, and I end up stressing myself out more than what I need to. And like I get exactly what she's saying, because I like to try and do a lot of stuff, and one of the biggest reasons why I do so much stuff all the time is just because I don't know, it kind of puts things and activities into my brain, so that way my anxiety isn't just getting destroyed. My brain isn't getting destroyed by my anxiety, because I have just extremely high levels of anxiety. In the last month or so, I would say my anxiety's been like out of this world, and and like I said, I just like to keep my brain busy. Like that's why I have been pushing to get this podcast started, and then on top of doing that, I like to add in all the little trinkets to make it perfect, and then video podcasts, and then learning how to edit and using new software than I've used before. Like I used to have a YouTube channel that I think I had for about 2 to 3 years or so, and it was really fun. It was a lot more simple than the podcast and the video podcasting, and the new software I'm using. It was a lot more simple, and now it's like really complex, which I enjoy, because like I love big brain, big projects. It just keeps me intrigued and active, and I can always do more in a project, which is nice. But like I said, when I need to calm down and slow my life down, my psychologist is just like, you need to like break things down one by one, in order to, I guess, help you. Hey Shalise, good to hear from you. It's good to just slow things down, and that's one thing I suck at doing, slowing things down, because when I don't slow things down, I just move so fast, even past like my accomplishments, which is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do things, for myself and to help other people grow, and it gets I start to beat myself up because I'm moving so fast to keep things out of my brain to keep my anxiety, my depression, like managed in a way. But when doing that, I also forget about my accomplishments and the things I'm grateful for when I do that. And so I start to like discount and discredit the things I've done, which that's not good, especially when I'm like the kind of person who very easily becomes a perfectionist. And I need an audience to approve of my value and the things I'm doing. I need things and people to reassure me that that my ideas and my accomplishments and goals are, what's the word? I'm making a difference in the world. And so when I don't even stop to, praise the accomplishments I've done, I forget about them. And then I start to feel worthless. And I know, so that's one thing that I want to work on. But like I said, it's crazy because it's like a double-edged sword. I don't know the word or whatever, but it's crazy because it's just like I want to do things to slow down. I try to find more things to do so that way I can slow down. And it's just weird, right? So giving yourself credit, I have to remind myself all the time. I'm pinning that. Like all the time, I don't give myself credit, and so that's one thing that that's probably why. So I named this little live stream, and I think I'm actually going to name like my little individual blog, my little individual like live streams. I'm not sure what else I'm going to end up doing from this. Like obviously my podcast community is called the Mental Lab, but I want that to be more than just a podcast, and I want it to be more than just a blog. I want it to be like a legitimate huge community and a creator community as well. And so that way we can have like different creators and whatnot have their own platform that they can build a community with, like within this what do you call it, within this community, like the Mental Lab. Like I want it to be the Mental Lab, like a community for whoever, and a community for adversity. And anyway, so like I said, one thing I am aware of is that I have great awareness. I have a lot of awareness and a lot of intuitivity. I'm very intuitive as well. Intuitive? Yeah. I know what's going on. I don't have the answers. I don't have the roadmap to fixing or helping. I don't have a lot of that stuff. But I can tell you that I am extremely aware of like what's going on in my brain. Like I know. And so like that's just like I think literally the first step to improving my mental health is awareness. And that's why like I think I want to title my blog Awareness, the Gift, because I think that is a gift that I have, because no matter what, at the end of the day, whether I feel safe and secure in my brain, no matter whether I feel like I know what my purpose is, no matter what it is, like at the end of the day, if I don't have anything else to, motivate me, I know that I'm aware that I ain't got nothing else to motivate me. I know that I'm aware that I have issues. I know I'm aware that I have certain disorders and disabilities. And I know that, I'm in my brain enough to know what's going on with me. Like I'm in my brain enough to know that I don't give myself enough credit. Does that mean I know how? No. I don't. I do it. I'm very aware of my self-loathing and my self-hatred and my self-sabotaging behaviors. I'm very aware of that I do them. I'm very aware of where it comes from, the background, why. I'm very aware of what drives these things. But does that mean that I know I have the roadmap to self-love? No. Not at all. I have some good, I have some good ideas and resources to help me get there, but I ain't got the answers. And I don't think awareness is necessarily an answer. I just think it's a step to getting better. So one thing that I enjoy and that I really love is that I am aware. And of just what's going on with me, and I appreciate it. Like, it's not every day that I like today I feel a lot better. And I think one of the biggest reasons why I haven't been feeling good is just because one, there's been a lot of financial type stuff going on, because if you watch my podcast from or listen to a podcast from this last week, AT&T is kind of screwing me. Whatever, this isn't a bad on AT&T. And then my bank is also screwing me. Bunch of stuff like that financially is stressful, but probably the biggest thing is Minnie, my baby girl. Like, y'all know, I love her to death. She, her leg is jacked up, and I'm not sure specifically why. And it's been like that for almost a week now. I think I noticed like last Saturday or Sunday, like when she would jump up onto the bed or try and jump up onto the couch or be jumping around. Like, anybody who knows my baby girl, y'all know that she's a very happy dog, like extremely happy. Like, nothing's gonna stop her from jumping. But she's been like, she'll yelp and like she'll just stop doing whatever she's doing, and she's been pretty depressed about because she can't jump. And like today's kind of like the first day that I noticed again that like she's feeling a little bit better. Like, we woke up this morning, like I've been sleeping on the floor. So anyway, so what's going on with her? Her leg. I feel like she might have a stress injury, but when I called the ER and I was talking to like one of the nurses or whatever, they said that it's likely that she has like just this dog condition or this dog version of human growing pains, which in the end, the nurse lady, she told me that like that goes way after a few weeks. Like, Minnie, she's about to be 7 in October, and like she's gaining a little bit of weight, and we've been a bit more active lately, and so like I understand like growing pains, like makes sense. Like, I have growing pains all the time as well, but it is terrifying, and it is alarming and concerning, and it is depressing to see my baby girl depressed. Like, God, it feels like I said, anybody who knows Minnie knows that she's very bubbly, just like me. And I guess like I guess like to my loved ones, when they see me, out of my element and depressed and not feeling good, not feeling well, like it's difficult for them. And I completely understand, because this last week has been a pain, and I can't take her to the ER, to the vet, or to an animal hospital, because two things. One, they're all booked up, and like booked up through September and like half of October. And then the ERs won't take like ER visits unless you are already a client or customer of them. So like the earliest I could get, which I called last Sunday, the earliest I could get is this upcoming Tuesday. So 10, 11 days down the line, which like, what kind of sense does that make? Like, if my dog is like dying or something like that, which God forbid, please don't let that happen, especially anytime soon. I know eventually it's gonna happen, but I just rather go before she goes. Anyway, no, I don't want her to be, whatever. Anxiety speaking. So, she is just, that's just not healthy. Like, that really sucks. And so I put a little compression sleeve on her leg, so that way I could just help her out a little bit more. And I just try and restrict her movement going up and down the stairs and jumping on and off the couch and the bed and stuff like that, so that way it can just get a little bit better. And I haven't been sleeping much already anyway because of my nightmares, and so for the most part we just sleep downstairs on the floor. I make a little pallet, and we just lay down there. We've been down there for, like I said, like pretty much all week since the nurse told me to just kind of restrict her movement. The nurse is also like kennel her so that way she doesn't do a lot of jumping around. I was like, girl, no. Go kennel your mouth, because don't you ever purse your lips to tell me to kennel my baby girl. Ooh, I almost lost a marriage because of that. Don't, do not tell me to kennel my baby girl. That's not happening. But, yeah, so I've not been feeling well all week because of that. And also I have been doing a lot more support group stuff this week, which is always like either triggering or depressing in a way at the time. Like, it's helpful in the long run, but like right now in this moment, this is hard. So, but today I'm feeling a little bit better. And like I said, Minnie's feeling a little bit better. This morning she was jumping around. She wasn't yelping. I'm still not letting her jump on the couch or jump on the bed. But like when she went outside, she was jumping around. And I took her to the mailbox and back, which I've been terrified to do that like the last week. But she was okay, so that's good. So like I'm feeling just a little bit better today. Anxiety speaking. I'm telling you, the best thing probably about anxiety is I can get on a live chat and just talk and run my mouth like nonstop and have buku of things to just say. So like I said, I haven't been feeling too well, but I think I'm doing a little bit better today. And I'm going to hang out with my friend Katie tonight. I'm going to make us a nice fat feast with some barbecue ribs and whatnot. Speaking of which, while I'm on here, I want to just talk about my eating habits, right? So a lot of you guys know that 1, I have an eating disorder. 2, I hate grocery shopping. 3, I 100% like just I have a hard time getting motivated about food or about, I don't know, the nourishment that I could get from food, which is ridiculous and out of this world because I'm a personal trainer who absolutely is like an advocate for nutrition. But it's crazy how the flip side about it is I know how, or not the flip side yet, I know how nourishing and how good for you nutrition is and eating is. So you flip it and whatever. But anyway, like I've been with HelloFresh for like the last 3 months and 3 weeks, and I really enjoy it. Like it's exciting. I have like skipped a few days of eating and meals just because I'm not in the habit of cooking every day again just yet, or making dinner or making multiple meals a day. But I like the meals are awesome. I really love like the fact that it's so convenient. They just send you the groceries and I can just dump the grocery on the counter and whip up some good food. Some nice little combinations of recipes I never thought about before, so that's really nice. And like I said, probably the biggest thing is I kind of already meal prepped. They're not cooked meal prepped, but they're what's the word? I mean, they're portioned. There we go. Like they're meal portioned already. So you get however many meals you purchase or whatever each week, and there's all this stuff is fresh ingredients, which I absolutely love. And so it's exciting. I get excited about eating now. So that's good. Also, it keeps me from eating like depression eating, and it keeps me from depression not eating. Because I know if I don't cook them foods soon enough, the fresh ingredients will go bad, and I don't want to waste money, on this food. Because, like I said, I already hate grocery shopping. I hate, so it's something that I get used to. But I'm really happy that I started that, and so shout out to my friend Sheree Smiley because she kind of got me started on it. And it's just definitely something that I enjoy. I have a love-hate relationship with food. Yeah, it's ridiculous, girl. Ridiculous. It's like, me and food, sometimes I love you and sometimes I hate you. Like, you make me fat. You make me feel fat, I guess, because people say I'm not fat. I guess I'm skinny as all crap. I guess you could probably see my little tiny legs. From down there, but with my little dinosaurs on my little socks. But it's a love-hate relationship with food and eating and whatnot. I think one of the other things I want to talk about on this live is just like helping other people and why I have this, I guess, desire to help other people. So growing up, like one of the biggest things that I think I was always about was just being there for other people. I'm not sure if like my family can attest to that, but I've always wanted to be there for other people over myself. And that kind of grew and got bigger with me getting older and doing different things and learning more about myself and the cultures that I'm a part of and the things and ideas that I want to do, I've learned that I give to everybody, and I want to give as much support as I can to people. I want to help out just in any way. I want people to be able to find joy in the world, and I don't just I give so much to people in my relationships, friends, family. Like, it's made me lose a lot of relationships when I decide like I need to give to myself, because one, I don't know how to healthily give to myself. Well, and again, awareness, right? So I know that I don't know how to healthily give to myself instead of others. When I know that there's a balance of nurturing relationships and taking care of yourself. But one thing that I've consistently felt at is, if I'm nurturing the relationships that I'm in, I'm not taking care of myself. And when I want to say, hey, I need to take care of myself, the nurturing relationship part goes completely away, just like the opposite, right? So that's one way. That's how I understand and realize that, like, I don't love myself the way I should, and I don't take care of myself the way I should. But also, I don't love and nurture my relationships with people like I should. And it gets difficult, because not only do I get empty inside because I'm not taking care of myself, then I get lonely because I don't have, good nurtured relationships that motivate me and that are supportive, where I'm giving back to other people all the time. It's always a fight between myself and nurturing my relationships, and that gets difficult. It's difficult for me to learn a balance of like taking care of myself and taking care of my relationships with people. And I don't want to say I'm not like, a relationship is not just one side, like me. I'm not saying like I take care of my relationships, like friends, families, romantic relationships. I'm not saying like it's all on me. What I'm saying is, obviously, like, there's equal power between, or whatever, influence on the nurturing of a relationship between me and whoever else it is. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when it's my time or my part to nurture those relationships, if I'm in a mode where I want to take care of myself, I just say screw those relationships, and I know I do. And right now, and so I know. So this year, I probably lost more friends and support systems than probably ever, just because I have decided to work on myself, and it sucks because I feel like I sabotage my own relationships with other people in order to take care of myself, which I don't think should be good, And fortunate enough, there are people in my life currently who are extremely supportive, and they recognize that, that I suck at trying to take care of my relationships and myself at the same time, and so they don't, hold me against it or contempt me for trying to distance myself from everything and everybody. But I've lost a lot of good relationships because of it. Do I want to get those relationships back? I don't want to feel lonely, but it is unhealthy to want to nurture relationships so that way you don't feel lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not healthy. That's not good for that relationship. And like I said, that's why it's like I unhealthily took. Hold on, let me give it a beat. Chill. So that's why I say, like, I unhealthily take care of myself because I don't practice it enough. I am unhealthy with it. And second, because I don't practice taking care of because I don't practice nurturing my relationships when I'm taking care of myself, I don't know how to healthily nurture relationships when I need to work on myself. And it's difficult. Awareness, right? I ain't got the answers. I ain't got the roadmap. I don't know how to do none of that. But what I do know how to do is be aware that I'm doing it and why. So that's why I suck at nurturing relationships with people while I'm trying to take care of myself. And that's why I suck taking care of myself. Because it comes down to, would I rather be empty on the inside and have, good relationships with people? Yeah. Because all my life I have been the kind of person who wants to help others and wants to give to others and blah, 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 blah. But when it comes down to now I need to take care of myself, I automatically throw nurturing relationships out the window. Like it's gone. And so now not only am I lonely, but I'm also empty inside. And, so sometimes I tell myself, like, you know what, it's okay to feel lonely and not have many people on your side. Like, I've got me, and that should be enough. Should be enough. Awareness, not answers, right? I know that I should be enough for me. Do I know how to practice that? No. Do I know how to get there? No. I'm just living my life trying to take care of whatever I can step by step. So, that is there's a lot that comes down to it. But one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to really push for a bigger community and adding more, I guess, creators and content to the Mental Lab is just because I think in doing this and speaking on my awareness and helping other people, I think that is nurturing and taking care of myself while also nurturing my relationships. Because there's times where I get tired and I don't want to give to the community all the time, and that's good. Like that means I'm working and putting forth my best effort and all the work that I can to make the Mental Lab a better community, to push and make good content that other people can relate to and that they get some kind of strength from. Like, that's good. I'm happy that I have that ability to get tired from that kind of stuff. When I know I'm emotionally and mentally and like spiritually drained, that means I'm doing good work. And by doing that and by putting work into it, I get tired. And so I want to work less on taking care of this project that I'm trying to build, which is good, because when I do that and I get tired, the only thing at this point I have to fall back on is my relationships that I currently have and myself. So I feel like I'm learning a better balance, but it's still it's so exhausting. It is exhausting to, go from wanting to help other people and build a community for supporting mental health and supporting other adversities and whatnot, to trying to take care of myself mentally with going to SAA and eating disorder support groups and therapy and talk to my psychiatrist and working on medications and clinical studies and all this stuff to take care of me. That becomes exhausting. So exhausting, I don't want to do it. I get burnt out and it gets hard. Like the last few weeks has been, like I've just been hard charging. And I get tired and I stop wanting to take care of myself, which is not healthy. But I do, at the end of it, I don't know how to not. I mean, I would love to build up some more, stamina. I would love to build up more stamina and endurance to taking care of myself, which is ridiculous. Stamina and endurance to taking care of yourself, but it's a lot of work, and you get so burnt out, and you don't want to do anything anymore, and you just want to sit in your house in a bubble and just not have any kind of communication with the outside world. And then when you want to do that, it makes you just automatically drive towards shutting off from everything and shutting off from the world. And it's healthy for a little bit, but like I said, I don't know how to healthily take care of myself, so I don't know how to maintain a healthy amount of disconnection, and that's one thing I want to do. So I think I get a lot of my social presence, like I get a lot of my social whatever from, I think, doing a podcast and whatnot. Because other than that, the only time I'm really being social is if and when I go out to karaoke, if and when I go to the club, which again I started going every other weekend, and then it kind of fell off the last month, just because I've been really depressed and not wanting to do anything and tired. It bounced. I had an SSA meeting this morning, And I just got I get so tired of listening to people. And it's not that like I'm tired and exhausted of these people's stories, because it's good because I can relate to some of them. But like I just get so socially tired, and so I don't want to talk to nobody. Like I'd rather just stay in the house. If I go out, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like I hear people talking all day, and it feels like all day. When I bounce from this meeting to therapy to talk about myself to getting advice, I get tired of all of it, and I don't want to talk to nobody. And so then here comes let's just stay in the house again. So not only am I staying in the house because I don't want to talk to nobody, I'm also staying in the house because I don't want to go nowhere and be public. I'm staying in the house because now, and another reason why I get extremely depressed is just because like I go out and I get triggered like by so many different things, and it's my emotional reactivity to my triggers as of lately have been like off the charts. Like I get triggered from watching porn, which that's ridiculous, and I should not be doing because it's a very unhealthy behavior of mine that I'm trying to work through, and that's why I go to SAA, which is Sex Addicts Anonymous, because of my sexual behaviors are just unhealthy, and they're not conducive to the growth that I want, for myself. Like, so I get triggered watching porn. I get triggered going to these SAA meetings, like where I'm listening to other people. I mean, there was a meeting last week where like one of the spiritual leaders and then one of the other guys who read their names were two of the names of my exes, and I swear it was just like everybody would say something and they would say thank you, enter my ex's name to whoever, and like it was just over and over. And during like this 2.5 hour meeting, they just kept saying it. I'm just sitting there like thinking about these guys that I used to be with and like how happy I used to be, but also how unhealthily like I used to turn to sex with these people while I'm sitting here like it was a lot. And so I would get triggered by that kind of stuff. In SAA, I get triggered going to these eating disorder meetings where I feel a lot more comfortable in these meetings because I've been going to these eating disorder meetings I think since April I think was whenever I found the first one. I get triggered by those still, but I'm a lot more comfortable. I can share and talk. I have an eating disorder sponsor, and so she really helps me out a lot, but I still get triggered in the meetings, and it makes me not want to go. It makes me not want to do these things. But like, it's like I know that it's like support groups are a key puzzle. Support groups are key to my overall growth and progression from this stuff. I'm learning a lot. I think it also makes me more aware. It gives me, I don't want to say lots of answers, but it definitely gives me lots of paths to attempt and to try to get better, at these kind of things. So that's good, but it's like the things are triggering. So what? My unhealthy behaviors are triggering, like porn. SAA meetings and other support group meetings are triggering. Like going to work every day is triggering. It's oh my God. It's like having to put my uniform on is triggering. Like just even knowing that I have to go to work in the next morning. I go for accountability and I have to bounce out almost within 5 or 10 minutes because I have all these different support groups and stuff to go to. And I understand why I need to check in for accountability, because one of these days, like it's happened, I have, I've gotten into a lot of self-harm behaviors that could have potentially ended my life or put me in the hospital. Well, some of them have put me in the hospital, but, and so for accountability wise, I need to check in. I'm still making a paycheck from the military. I need to be accountable to somebody at work every day, that's fine. Like, I appreciate that. However, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that I'm still triggered by knowing, oh my God, I got 0 hours of sleep last night or right now, and it's 6 a.m. and I gotta wake up, or I need to be getting up in an hour to get ready to go to work. Like, and knowing that I might go see somebody who's going to trigger me, and I get emotionally just upset or whatever, that's extremely difficult. Just the anxiety that comes from knowing I have to go to work. Like I said, I'm not even talking about getting dressed for work yet. I'm not talking about driving to work or being on base or talking to certain people. I'm just talking about, it's the night right now, and I know every single time, every day, that I need to go in and check in and show up and show my face. That is just, it's so anxiety ridden. And just because, like, I never know what could happen. I could go in and it could be, hey, I'm going in. Hey, I'm alive. I got this, and this to do today. Do you need anything from me? All right, I'm gonna bounce out. It could be something as easy and good as that. And most of the time it is. But then it seems like there's everything else. All other possibilities that could happen when I show up. Like, I see somebody who used to look up to me, and like now they've moved up, and I'm so envious of it. I'm not angry at them. I'm just envious of the position that they have, because I know the amount of work that it takes, and I put that work in, and I never got there. Or I got there and I saw a glimpse of it, and then it was ripped away from me because of a multitude of things, whether it has to do with, the professional stuff, or whether it's my mental stuff. It's just ripped away from me. And I know, like, that I'm so envious of it. And so I get triggered going there, seeing these people who, I used to help and train and talk to, and they will come to me for some advice or whatever, and they moved up, and I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. Like, that's amazing. But it is triggering to see when I already don't feel I already don't feel worthy of many things and deserving, and I already feel worthless for a lot of stuff. But when you add on me being envious of what other people have, and now you put me right in front of that to see, like, the things that I want from my life, or that I wanted, I just barely made it, or I made it, it got ripped away, or whatever. And now these other people, it's like, I'll sit in my truck and I'll cry just watching, and like that, it's not good. Like, I used to sit in my car and cry when I first got to being a drone sorter, because of just how painful and hard it was. And there was just the way we were treated and stuff. And now it's been 3 years and I'm doing that again. Like, I've been doing that since January, for many different reasons. I'm getting triggered, but that's just exhausting to know I'm likely going to get triggered just going to work. Let's not even talk about the fact that I've gained so much weight and I don't fit my uniforms, and how triggering that is, and how triggering, and just how hard it was for me to just say, you know what, I need to, like, it is stressful enough to put this uniform on when I don't fit it, let alone go to work and people tell me that I'm looking plump because I've gotten out a few times. Or, oh, this person said that you gained weight, but God, you really gained a lot of weight. And I know that it could be two ways that they mean that, like a healthy amount of weight, because people keep telling me I was an unhealthy amount when I was working. Thank you, I appreciate it. That was what I wanted to look like. That was what I wanted to look like all my life, and I had tried so much to look like. So when I was what I wanted to be, and now I'm not, there's not a single thing that anybody, like, I understand support, like, I thank my, like, friends and family who are supportive, but there's not, like, that's a fight I'm battling by myself in my own head. There was something I wanted to look like, and I loved it, and I appreciated it, and it was something I put so much work and time into, and now I don't look like that, and now my body's different, my body's changing. I'm also getting older, I'm also not doing all the same stuff, I've destroyed my body's, way of taking in nutrition, just from 2 months of not eating food at all, just destroyed the way my body takes and uses, food and nutrition. And I don't think I'm ever going to get back there. You know, like I don't think I'm ever going to get back to the way I want my body to look. And so I'm trying to reimagine my body and what I want from my body. But while doing that, I am extremely triggered like by things about my weight. So when it comes to, I have to put on this tight uniform that I don't fit, where, oh man, your buttons are screaming, you need to get a new blouse. Thanks. I appreciate you. I like, but besides that point, like the other hardest thing is like, it's extremely difficult for me to accept that my body is different. Like I have not accepted my body is I still haven't yet. I can only talk about it because I'm aware, and I have, told myself that, it's like my body is malleable because I'm a human being, so it's going to change. But I haven't accepted it yet. So if I can't accept just my body, you know how hard it is to accept that I need to get bigger clothes and bigger uniforms? That, like, uniforms aside, I had to throw away my entire closet's wardrobe, like, back in May. When I clocked in my weight at 170 pounds, when I used to be 140. Like, I had to throw away so many clothes. And fortunate enough, like, Express, they allowed me to, Express and H&M, which I have most of my clothes by, they allowed me to, like, come back and trade in a bunch of clothes for bigger sizes. But even then, after I got bigger, and my waist got wider, and my stomach and my like, I just don't have the same figure anymore, and so I can't fit the same clothes. I mean, my feet are even getting fatter. I have to, that's like, I wear slides now all the time just because I don't want to buy shoes, and like I keep getting bigger feet, like, and they keep getting wider, and at least slides are, a bit more like stretching and allow me to wear, but like, Jesus Christ, so it's hard for me to accept my body. It was hard for me to throw all those clothes away. Like, that's why. Then, aside from throwing the clothes away, eventually I did throw them away because I'm like, I need clothes to wear. There was something I needed to wear some nicer clothes for, and I didn't have clothes. And so finally I went to start buying clothes. I got too big for those clothes. Stressful, same, but it's helping us grow. My boss that would say that stuff left to Japan, thank goodness. Yeah, he would say, I hate a bulging tire and what. Yeah, man. Yeah, freaking, that's like, it's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. You don't know what people like have going on to be talking about their weight. Like, I can't accept my body. It's been hard enough for me to accept the fact that I need to buy my own like civilian clothes. And it got to the point where I just started buying, things that I can cut up and fit for a while, just in case I gain more weight. Sweatpants, basketball shorts, all this stuff. Like, I wore jeans for the first time, I think, in one of the pictures that I was taking for the website. And I think that was like the first time I've worn jeans in like maybe a month, and it was cool to be able to wear them, but like, besides that, like, I prefer not to, because I'm just so anxious that maybe someday I'm not going to get the chance to wear these jeans again. I'll have to throw these away and go buy more. So that's why I've just been buying basketball shorts or other stretchy stuff that I can keep gaining weight in. And so it's been hard enough for me to just accept that. And accepting having to go buy new military uniforms, it just completes my 100%. Like, if I can hold on to not having to accept one piece of something, then it might not be true, or it's something I can maybe recover from. That's not the case. I already know that. Like, I just need to accept it so I can move on. And that's, it's difficult. So then I eventually bought a new uniform, so that way I don't continue to get so much anxiety from putting it on for size. Then my anxiety comes from just wearing the uniform, being clothed in this garb that has so much significance, or not significance, symbolism to me. Like, I have been hurt by so many people who wear the same uniform as me, and it is difficult. And I know there are so many other people in the military who have been hurt by other people in the military, and I just know when like they have to put a uniform on or show up to an environment, where it's full of people who could have or can still potentially hurt you. That's hard. Like it's like when I was in college, there was this guy who molested. I guess I can't say molested because it was consensual. Anyway, he had sex with a bunch of people without a condom, knowing that he had HIV and that he was positive for HIV, and it was terrifying for so many people to interact with other people on campus sexually, just because of the potential that anybody could be doing this kind of stuff again. And like the guy was put in prison, the guy was reprimanded, but it was just still hard for people on campus to engage in not even just sexual acts, just social acts or romantic relationships with people because of what that guy did. So it's the same thing when it comes to the military or anywhere, really, not just the military. When you've lost faith and trust, or you've been hurt by so many of the people that you're near. Oh my God, who is hearting all this stuff like this? Who is that? But so wait, pin. I want to pin that. Repin that. Okay, there we go. All my best clothes are in trash bags. Keep them as a goal for the future. Walmart has become my favorite boutique. Yeah, I haven't really bought clothes from Walmart. I think TJ Maxx has a lot of the good stuff. That because it's cheap and it looks good. I don't like the way Walmart stuff. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for all the love, the hearts, and support, guys. Like, I really appreciate it. But it's hard. It's hard to put on the same garb. And I'm probably going to talk about it in one of my blogs one of these days about one of my sexual assaults that happened. I got drugged. I didn't even remember that it happened. I didn't even know it happened. And that was years ago. I mean, over 4 or 5 years ago. And I recently was, engaging in whatever, and I was triggered, and I had this, oh, it's me. Oh, Kayla, I miss you, and seeing this just put the biggest smile on my face. I can't heart it enough. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I miss you too, Kayla. Are you having another kid? Oh, I think is that an ultrasound in your profile picture? That's so awesome. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all for all the likes and support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's just been hard to wear the same garb that hurts me, that monsters are in. It makes me feel like I'm a part of, the monster culture. And that's not something I want at all for myself. I'm not innocent. I've never not done wrong. I'm infallible. I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. That's hope. Oh, I'm so sorry for you, Kayla. I didn't know that. I remember you had a baby girl. Well, sending prayers for you and your family. And I'm sure you're strong, being extremely strong, Kayla, because you were always strong. Oh, I'm so sorry for that, for you. But hopefully, anybody else who's in the watching right now, hopefully you guys show some love and some care to Kayla for. That's something that I never experienced, and something I never want to experience. Yeah, I had just left DQ. Yeah, I had, because I had just came into the Marine Corps. I was about to go into the Marine Corps. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you, Kayla. But I'm here for you. So I know I've been talking about a lot of stuff, anxiety, right? But one of the biggest reasons, Kayla, well, everybody, that I want to be able to do this, because mental health is not confined to that, like mental diagnoses, like mental health diagnoses, right? Your mental health is just your overall health of your mind, your emotions, your psyche, like all that stuff. So Kayla, like with this kind of stuff, like one of the biggest reasons like of why I want to be able to help and grow this community is so that way like people can come to us for things like that. You know, losing their children is hard. Like parents should never have to bury their children, and like, and I'm not sure that there's, you know, a like many communities that are on kind of like the caliber of today's generations that are there to help. Like a lot of today's generations, you know, a lot of them are just like, oh, go find just like a little support group, and that's good. I'm not downplaying support groups and stuff because they're extremely important. But like one thing that I just want to do is be able to be there for people who just had just so much adversity from life, and I just want to promote like good and healthy mental health, because your mental health can be broken down by so many different events, so many just things, that life-changing things can happen in the blink of an eye. And I just want there to be a good support system for people for before those things happen and after those things happen. And I know I have a lot of friends who've dealt with a lot of things, you know, and yes, that's when around as I was pregnant with Madeline when we worked together. I remember that. Remember you saved me from falling off. Yeah, I remember that. And I had to tell you, I had just found out I was pregnant with Maddie. Yeah, okay, I do remember that. I'm just a boot, I guess, but with everything going on in my mind, I can totally validate with that. I'm disgusted with the uniform. I'm not saying that the military is garbage, and I'm not saying the Marine Corps is garbage at all. What I'm saying is things become so symbolic to people that can become extremely triggering for whatever that case may be. And it just so happens that for me and for some of the people I know, you know, the uniform is extremely triggering. And it has nothing to do with you know, what's the word I'm looking for? The sanctity or the values of the military. Right, yeah, okay. Let's see, Kayla. Yes, it's definitely hard. My anxiety, mental health took a huge downfall, but it's definitely taught me a lot and helped me become open-minded and advocate for a lot of things. If it wasn't for our daughter, Hope, even though it's a sad story, if it wasn't for her, I don't know. Yeah, like I love that. I love that, Kayla. I know you're a strong woman, and like I said, it's people like you that I want to kind of join the mental lab community, so that way, you know, like people like that, they have something to share. They have emotions to share. They have things and that other people can relate to. And I think it's just there's so much power that people receive. There's just so much power, and I don't want to say one-sided support, because I think support is always at least two-sided. But when one person gives their story and when one person gives their story, and they show that they might not be thriving, they might not be happy, they might not be in the best, you know, moods all the time, and they might be consistently down. But when people share their story, I think there's so much power and support that other people who can relate to can just they just get that support and that strength. So that's why I don't want to say like things are like support is one-sided when you're advocating or helping others, but it definitely is extremely empowering on the other side. And that's another reason why why I'm enjoying doing this, just because like I know right now I'm not reaching lots of people, and that's fine. I want to build up some good stuff and good content for people to come to, and I want to build real, you know, connections, and I want to show like reality of this kind of stuff, because people they think, oh, you have depression, why can you smile today? Like, I can smile most days. Sometimes it's fake. I probably say 75% of the times it's fake, but like I can still smile. I can have a good day and have overall depression. Depression comes in as many different shapes and sizes as there are people with depression, you know. And I think that's another stigma that people need to understand, is that like, just because you see somebody today or for one entire week or for a month or for an entire year like prospering and they're doing great, does not mean that they're not still suffering, because people do. And I think the more we can show the different varieties of what, you know, issues and mental health issues can look like, the stronger and the more aware that, you know, the world can become about like how hard the sickness is. Like, people who don't experience like just, you know, much mental health issues in their life or versa, which at this point I'm willing to bet like 85% of the people in the world have struggled from some type of mental health issue. I mean, I'm sure people have, I'm sure they have, right? And they can understand, but I think a lot of times they don't understand just how normal it is to have mental health issues. Like, I didn't until 4 or 5 years ago, and still I barely understand now that, like, I'm trying to be okay with the fact that, you know, I have these mental health issues. And I think it's the same exact thing with other people. All the hearts, all the love. Talking to people who have been through hard times, it becomes real and raw conversation. Yeah, it hits deeper and gets you thinking about things. I definitely get what you're saying. Thanks. Sending love to you, Kayla. Sending love to you, Kayla. Like, we're really here for you. I had to go through that, and it definitely takes a strong woman. You gotta crawl before you can walk. You will get there. I know it. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Ryan. What doesn't kill you definitely makes you stronger. I didn't believe that at first, but that is some true facts. Like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I'm going to tell you, while you're in that suck, in that funk, it does not believe you. You don't feel like you're getting stronger. Even after. Not just immediately after, but for a while. You could be like, it didn't make me any stronger, and why did I have to go through these things? It can feel like, why did the world, or why did whatever being, or why did whatever it is that you believe in, or life, why did life do this to me? You know, like, it could feel like that so much. Like, I lost the best thing in my life, something I gave everything to, and I loved with everything. Why take that away from me? And it could feel like if it didn't kill you, it definitely weakened you a lot. But there is strength in surviving through weakness. There's a lot of strength in surviving. I need to write that down. I like that. There's strength in surviving through weakness. Yeah, strength and surviving weakness. Like, that's all. Like, it sucks. It really sucks when you're in the funk. Afterwards, it might take years for you to realize that you're stronger because of whatever, or you might not even feel stronger ever. You might just have that tool in your little back pocket that you can use in case you ever have a similar situation, right? So let's say, you know, God forbid, someone was to lose their house to a natural disaster, right? And the toll it would take on you. You worked forever on getting this house, or you've been so poor all your life, and finally you put down a down payment on a house or something like that, or you moved it, whatever the case may be, and natural disaster just wipes it away. Everything you feel like you've worked on and into, gone, right? And it feels like, what's the point? Like, now I have to do all this stuff again. I have to, like, in that moment, it won't seem like you're stronger. And even after you recover, you might completely recover and have a better house with a better like whatever, right? You might have a much better life, but you still look back on that and you just are like, why did that happen? Like, you have that tool in your toolbox, because you never know when you or somebody you love or don't know who need that strength that you survived through that weakness. Because there's a lot of times, and I've been reading a lot of stuff online. I've been hearing a lot of stories that people felt like this is it. This is like, I have nothing else. And the fact that they're here to tell that story shows that they have, that strength. Whether they are like physically strong, like not physically, mentally strong to have dealt with it, and they might be not dealing with it well, at the end of the day, they survive through that. And if they can survive through that, I can survive through that. In the moment, I might not feel like, like I'm as good or as strong as they are. But at the end of the day, the fact that they shared that strength with me allows me to subconsciously feel like, you know what, I can do this. Like, I might need the help of some others, or I might have to do this alone. But it's just that strength. There's so much strength in just surviving weakness. It's like all over my website right now. We have written if all you did today was just get through the day, then I'm proud of you. There is so much strength in just making it through the day, because there are so many people in the world who are losing the fight to mental health issues, who are losing the fight to depression, suicide, who are losing the fight to loss and grieving. There are so many people losing that fight every day. And if you just made it through the day, whether you got up and did anything, you could have had one goal: to get out of bed and make food. You could have had one goal: to go jog around the circle in your area. You could, and if you did not do it, but you made it through the day, like there is strength in just surviving the suck. There is that, and if that doesn't make you feel, at least a little bit powerful, like it, I don't know what will, it's hard for me, because a lot of times I completely scale that, and it goes over my head that I'm surviving every single day, even when I break and I give in to my self-sabotage behaviors, or my unhealthy addictive behaviors, or whatever, right? Even then, I still survive through the day and through the suck, and that is empowering, and that's something that we need to hold on to, because a lot of times we think, oh my God, I was so weak, I broke down and I gave into whatever. And yeah, you did. You're right. And yeah, you were weak in that moment, but you can talk about it. You're here now, So I just think there's a lot of strength in that. And I'm glad that I said that, because maybe we can elaborate that on my podcast tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Maybe I can just elaborate on that. But there's okay, so there's a lot of comments that I want to read. Okay. Replying. People don't get that mental health. Oh wait, where we at? Charles. Oh, there we go. Hi Charles, I miss you. People don't get that mental health issues are all sorts of things like depression, anxiety, etc. Mental health issues can be legit. So I had a counselor a few years ago when I first started going to counseling for mental health. She told me that because I did not know how to manage my emotions all my life, she believes that I had depression all my life, and that now my depression is just my body reacting to not knowing how to have and effectively show and experience these emotions. Because all my life, I just swallow my emotions, and people don't. So it's crazy just like what it can all look like. It can be so many different things, right? Your mental health issue can legitimately be just an overabundance of happiness. That's to an extreme unhealthy level. I mean, you could find let's talk about that. So mental health issue, right? an extreme level of happiness to a very unhealthy level. What is not healthy about being happy? Lots of things. You could become extremely happy about death. There was a point in time where I was in love with death, and I fantasized about it, and I took care of my body so that way when I approach death, I am there for death, and death is ready for me, and the way I want death to be ready for me. That's ridiculous. Like, it's not ridiculous. It's understandable. Depression can come in or mental health issues can come in so many different shapes and sizes, right? Like, you could be overly happy about ending people's lives. And yeah, that's also a sickness of its own, but that's a mental health issue of like loving the end of life and feeling like you have the ability to take it away. That's a mental health issue, and there's just so much stigma that boxes what people consider mental health issues, and and again, that's just something I want to get rid of, because I would say I don't have any kind of out of this world like mental health, like things that are going on that are not normal, but at the same time, like I feel like whatever it is going on in my brain is different than everybody's. Like, yeah, we can relate to each other. I can validate so many different people's experiences and their feelings, and they can do the same thing with mine. But I just feel like there's so many. That's why I say, like, I think over 85% of people in the world have experienced mental health issues, or they do, And so, thanks, Charles, for saying that. Also, I miss you, my guy. Move. Amen. That strains me. Yes, and certain mental health diagnoses will trigger other mental health diagnoses. They will. Like, my co-host Tati, she talked about it on our last podcast, that she's diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar disorder, and I'm just like, girl, I am sorry, because she said that the way each is treated is completely different, and the medications contradict each other. And I'm just like, wow, and that could cause so much. I don't think I had anxiety until after my depression hit really bad, right? So I think I had depression for a long time, but I think in having depression, and not wanting to do anything, and hating everything about life, and hating myself, and being angry at all this stuff, it triggered anxiety. And it's crazy because, and by anxiety, I mean not just the racing thoughts, right? Like, I had never in my life had so much social anxiety, ever. But after being depressed for a while, and shutting myself off away from people, and being afraid that people would see the depression on my face and treat me like I'm, some abomination or whatever, it created that social anxiety of, I don't want to go out of the house. Like, I've never had social anxiety. And I'm not saying I'm diagnosed with social anxiety, because I have not been. But there is some level of, like, when I'm saying so social anxiety disorder is a thing, right? Generalized anxiety disorder is something I was diagnosed with. I've never been diagnosed with social anxiety. And a lot of people misdiagnoses that, but like they self-diagnose as having social anxiety. What I'm saying is the anxiety that comes with social situations is something that I have a high amount of. And I never used to have that. I could go out and be completely okay. But then after, a bit of my depression had hit really hard, it triggered that, because I started retracting so much internally or in the house, and not wanting to do anything, and not wanting to talk to people. And it created that social anxiety. So yeah, Kayla, I completely agree with what you said about certain diagnoses would trigger other ones. It's a never-ending cycle sometimes, especially for people who are uninsured. Oh, I am terrified about leaving the military. Like 1 month of hospital bills and treatment bills, and medication. Well, shoot, not even 1 month. We're gonna go one trip to inpatient for me was $7,000. No, yeah, it was $7,000. Was it 7,000? No, that was one trip to inpatient. I was in inpatient for 7 days. Was $12,000. for the treatments, for the medication, for the blood drawing, for all the different trials and all the everything, the food, everything. $12,000 for 7 days. I am just terrified that, like, I'm already spending a lot of money because there's a lot of free, like, support groups, and obviously, like, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sex Addicts Anonymous are both free, completely free. But I'm still paying for like therapist-led self-help groups, like, just because there's just a little bit more experience and knowledge and whatnot coming from the leaders. But I still do go to support or peer-led. So you have peer-led support groups, you have therapist, counselor, doctor, whatever, experience-led support groups as well. And typically the peer-led ones are free, and the therapist ones, some of them are free, but I pay for a few of them so that I just, I pay for them. And I pay for that out of pocket. Like, TRICARE won't take care of that. But I'm terrified to get out of the military and not have enough, healthcare to cover. Because like the last few months, I have been learning that most of my issues are not just from military. Most of them are not at all. The military has triggered a lot of my issues and a lot of things, but the military is going to do that. Just like when I get out, my new job's going to do that. Going to school again or whatever is going to do that. There's going to be so many triggers all over, and I'm learning that it's not going to end when I get out of the military, and that's terrifying, because I don't want to get out and not have the financial or the health care support and the insurance support. So thank you, Caleb, for saying that. Charles, when I've told my story about the day I almost took my own life, they realize that if I tell them it gets better, that I actually know, because I've been down to that level 100%. See, this is the kind of support I'm talking about, guys. Thank y'all. Like, this is what I want. I want to give this kind of community to so many different people who are struggling, and then people who don't understand, and they just need some more awareness of what's going on. Kayla, that was a huge thing that helped me telling myself someone out there has it worse than me. My feelings are valid, but I have shelter, food, and clean water. I have beautiful babies, and I'm breathing. That's true. That was my mantra for quite a few years. And sometimes, Kayla, like, exactly what you said right there is the only thing that can get you through a day. Like, I've learned through a lot of therapy that things sometimes are day to day. Like, just surviving our day to day. I mean, about a month ago, whenever I kind of, became suicidal again, or not suicidal, but self-harm ideations. My therapist, I have to call her every day to check in, just so I can tell her, today I'm not. All I can do today is tell you that I'm not going to engage in, I'm not going to commit suicide. I'm not going to engage in something that's self-harm or this. And that's why I have to go to Sex Addicts Anonymous every day, just because I need that daily accountability of, I cannot tell you tomorrow if I'm going to completely fall all the way back into extremely unhealthy sex behaviors. But I can tell you today, I'm going to try my hardest to make it through today and not. And I fail most days, but that's not the point, right? So it's great that you can hold a mantra for years, because I know every single day of those years, you were probably just like, God, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like, this is just hard. I know you were exhausted, and I commend you, Kayla. Years of work that it's scary. It's just scary. I'm glad you are still here today, Charles. I am as well. Charles, you made a huge impact on my life, especially like my last few months in Arizona. Like you know all the stuff that I was going through, just mentally. I'm here for you. I'm really happy to see you. Once I had a lucid dream about death. I woke up and realized to not be scared, but don't rush it. I appreciated death, didn't fear it, and found the will to live. Yeah, I've had a lot of dreams about death. There's been times I woke up from a dream that that I died in my dream, and I just cried because I thought it was real, and I was, oh Jesus, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. Miss you too. ADHD triggers so much. I read ADHD and autism can go hand in hand. They do, and the signs and side effects are so similar. If you look into it, it's insane how different but similar those two are. That is true. I love that your therapist calls to check in when you don't have a session. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean now, that was before so back in February is when I got admitted into inpatient, and so I had daily accountability, and for what, about 3 months, three and a half, something like that, 4, February till May, I had that daily accountability because I was always at group therapy, and so whenever that fell off, I completely stopped going to all things. It was just, I felt like I was doing well, but also just kind of, swimming on the surface of the water, while at therapy. Like, I was learning a lot, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. And it was difficult when I finished it because I felt like I didn't know what to do. I didn't feel like I had a grasp of my own life enough to do things by myself. So I stopped going to everything. I stopped going to therapy and whatnot. I even, for a while, stopped taking my meds. And then things got bad. I didn't only stop taking my meds just because I don't even remember why. It wasn't like a refusal to take my meds because, no, I know what it was. I felt like my meds were not doing enough, and I was trying to get them to do more because it did not feel like they were doing more. Not the meds, like the people who prescribed me the meds. I wanted them to do more than just sit and let me rot on the same meds or not, fix my dosage. And I didn't want to medicate because that's scary. But yeah, so I ended up what's the word? I guess just trying to mess around with it, and so they finally was like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change up some stuff. I forgot the tangent I was going on. Oh yeah, so finally I started going back to therapy, and I only had like one appointment every 2 weeks with my psychologist, and like one appointment every 3 weeks with my psychiatrist, and that was all. And I was like, I need more. I need somebody to talk to more often. So she would call me every day, and she would recommend different things and different groups. And my eating disorder sponsor, she started giving me more eating disorder support groups to go to, and then it just kind of went from there. And so now I have daily accountability from some entity, whether it's my therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, SAA, my eating disorder support group, like whatever it is, I have some kind of accountability. I also really enjoy doing these kind of things because it just gives me another level of accountability, something to look forward to. So that way, if I plan this, I can look forward to it. I might not be excited about it, but I can at least look forward to that, just to get me through the next few days. So 6 months straight, I did the bare minimum for my kids, like feeding, bathing, all their needs were met, but I slept a lot and did not care for myself at all. I had to pull myself out of my funk. My husband was a huge help. Kayla, I love that you said all their needs are met, but you didn't care for yourself. Most important, sleep a lot. Another stigma with depression and anxiety and just mental health issues is that we get no sleep. Me, I don't get sleep. But that's just the combination of things that's going on with me, right? But there's a lot of people who sleep way too much, like when they're in a funk, and it's just like me, I'm running away from things that for a while I'm asleep, or I just cannot sleep. People are running away from things, so they sleep more, or they have no motivation to do anything in a day and they sleep.
or whatever the case may be. Like, and so I'm glad you said that you care for everybody else and then you just slept all the time, because that's like another form of mental health that a lot of people don't see. They think mental health, and when it comes to sleep, they think you just don't sleep and you no. No, because there's a very unhealthy sleep can be unhealthy in the form of not enough or too much, right? Anything can be unhealthy in the form of not enough or too much. And I think there's, when it comes to like all these different categories or all these different things that you could possibly do when it comes to mental health, there's a stigma of one or the other. Oh, you don't sleep. You eat too much and you get fat, right? Eat too many sweets. That's the stigma. You know, especially with like black men, there's no stigma on mental health when it comes to eating. Like there has not been one eating disorder support group that I've gone to where there's a black man in the support group besides me, and I've been going since, like I said, April. Not one. There's been non-black people, Hispanics, white, Asians, all that kind of stuff, and then just mostly females for the most part. Most, like 90% of them are females, but there's a huge stigma against eating disorders in men, one, and especially in black men too. That's not a thing, right? And they don't, and that was something that took me a long time to admit, and to admit to like myself and accept that's the case. There's just so many different stigmas with mental health. So I'm glad you said that, Kayla. 3 new comments. I think group therapy changed me the most, forced me to interact with Ryan, I'm gonna tell you right now, you should have saw my first 3 weeks at group. Like, oh man, you should have, like, I'm telling you, it was rough. And like, I think I said that like a lot in group therapy, that like I absolutely hated it and I did not conform. I didn't want to conform. I was calling the medical liaison every day, telling her I'm not coming back here. I hate this place. The therapists hate me. They treat me with this, and this, and I cannot do this. This is not for me. Like the amount of times that I was like purging while there, the amount of times that I left, all this different stuff, like it was crazy. Like I was going to get kicked out. Like, and I not just kicked out, but like sent to residential facility, because they were like, you need to be somewhere and that you can't just leave. Like so many, like I hated it, Ryan. And when I tell you, you reminded me of me whenever you got there. Yo, I was like, this dude, man, I swear, that's so me. I remember those days. I used to hate it. And I think I don't want to say you came around, but what I will say is at some point you were just like, if I'm gonna be here, I might as well help myself, or at least help other people. And trust me, Ryan, there has been a lot of things that you've helped me with since I left group therapy, especially because, like I said in my podcast a few weeks ago, I turned to cutting, and a lot of the things that, you know, a lot of people at group therapy said, you know, just kind of really helped me forgive myself from that event of me cutting. So that's not something I liked. It's not something I've ever been into, you know. But as far as forcing you to interact with other people, you look, you made a good friend out of me. If you ever need anything, you know I'm here for you. I know, Charles. Same with you. Depression wears itself so different on everyone. Sometimes depression is sleeping a lot or not at all, overeating or not at all, basic hygiene or not being met. Because I'm gonna tell you, my hygiene can become atrocious sometimes, or overly done. A lot of times it becomes like not just, you know, my personal body hygiene, but like my house. Like I might clean my house profusely all night because I'm trying to clean my house of whatever, right? And that's not healthy. There was another person I know from therapy, and she would stay up all night cleaning all day. She would make lists all day to clean all night, and she would just wear herself out that way. And that was just another. And people would come to her house, you know, and they would just, wow, it is so clean. Like she must be
feeling a lot better. No, no, she is not functioning healthily at all in any manner. It's just, it is more acceptable to have a clean house, right? So, but she was a strong person. I hope she's doing okay. Basic hygiene not being met. Person is gross, but some days the load is just too heavy. Yeah, my pad keeps changing a lot. Oops. I agree. People seem to think a particular mental health issue only has one sign or symptom. They don't get that every person reacts and has the different symptoms and how they react. Big facts. Oh, hey. I fell off the deep end, bro, and stopped doing what I love. Worst of all, avoiding the ones I love, just stuck within a dark place and feeling worthless. But I think group therapy changed me the most. Big facts. I hope you're doing better, man. Kayla, you hyper focus on cleaning or not at all because the mess can become overbearing. Big facts. Big facts. And the crazy thing too is like, I can tell myself, okay, I don't want to clean today. I'll clean tomorrow. Because it's like, look, it's not too bad right now, but I know like tonight I'm going to cook or I'm going to do something that's going to be a bit more messy or something like that. And then like the next day comes and it's like, this is too much. I cannot clean. And it's just, I'm telling you, like, I really want to help. I really want to help people because I know people don't understand what is and what is not healthy with things, because for the longest time I did not know that it was unhealthy to just not eat. Like, I didn't know. I mean, like physically, nutritiously, you know, I knew it was unhealthy to not eat, but I didn't know it was like a mental health thing to not eat. I didn't know how much it was playing a toll on me until I learned and I became aware of it. I live by helping others, and that's the biggest thing I got out of group, LOL. Even if I didn't get much help myself, I'm so grateful I met so many good people. Big facts. That was me as well. Ryan. I think I helped a lot of, I know I helped a lot of you guys. Everybody there, just because of all the feedback I consistently got. Whether I learned a lot by myself, and I learned that if I can't help myself, I can help other people. And that's something I'm good at. Hyper focus. I wasn't going to open my Facebook app, but I'm glad I did. I needed to see your live. Thank you.
I want to try and do a live every Saturday, guys. So if you like this, I want to try and do one every Saturday, like I said. And like my live stream, my blog, and I think I might also do like my own individual podcast type thing. I'm not sure. Maybe just YouTube type thing, videos, regular videos. I'm not really sure. Video vlogs. That's what it's called. Vlogs. I think I might do like my own kind of like individual stuff. But like I said, I want the community to become full of, you know, creators who have their own platforms that they want to build, and that's really what I want to do. And so I want to kind of start that from the podcast, like that me and Tati have, because I love doing our podcast together. Like, it's amazing, and eventually we're not going to be able to do that together, and eventually it'll probably turn into a guest type thing where it's me and somebody else. And I mean I full wholeheartedly expect it to be like me and her still like on like a Skype Zoom call doing the podcast together and that kind of stuff, because that would be awesome. But what I really would love is to have individuals, and not just individuals but other people, maybe partners, you know, out there who's like, hey, like I would love to help, you know, with this cause that you're doing, just by, I don't know, having a blog on the website that I can share and upload to, or even a gallery, you know, like that's another thing that I'm thinking, like about having a gallery, about where I don't necessarily need to, and it's probably not gonna be me, because I love like talking and like verbally sharing. Turn up, thanks. I got your support. Turn up. I will mark Saturdays. Oh, you gonna hold me to it? I will mark Saturdays in my calendar and turn on notifications for it. I've been connecting with a friend, and we have been talking about starting something that is focused on discussing stereotypes and how it's okay to have different opinions as long as we aren't harming each other. while having different opinions. Look, if you want to do it, I will help you completely. Like, that's really what I want to do is kind of just grow that community. It's just, and so that way people who, do have things that they want to I do, like, podcasts or audio podcasts or vlogs, video stuff, or blogs, or I don't know, whatever else, because I can't think of anything else. Whatever else, like, I want to be able to do that. Stop holding me to this. Look, the pressure's a real thing. Not every Saturday will I be able to be like, I'm going to do a live today. I do. I feel like I do feel pretty excited about it right now. How long has this been going? 2 hours. Holy crap. Well, an hour and a half, I guess, because I have some technical difficulty setups. But, alright, so if y'all marking Saturdays, I'll make sure I mark Saturdays and I put it on my website. By the way, guys, make sure you go to the website and favorite it. It's easy. I'm gonna pin it now. Officialmentallab.com. Super easy. Is it a clickable link? Is it a clickable link? Yeah, okay, there it is. So make sure you guys go to it and support. I'll try and post, I have a calendar there of upcoming events. It's kind of bare, and I want to fill it up like completely. So make sure you guys go to the website and just show some support. Look around. Like I said, for those of you who would love to become a part of the community, I would I'm still trying to work on it. I'm not the best website designer at all, but I'm working on it, and hopefully over the next year, it's my goal to have it just the menu options be home, creators, community, support community, and and then those 3 things. So that way you have the home page where it has all these different a schedule events, all the different creators, about the creators. And then you have the creator community where you can go to and you can find my blogs. You can find each individual creator or a creator, group or whatever. Click on them, and then it goes to their individual page with all the stuff that they do. Whether they do videos or audio vlogs or whatever the case may be, and then a support community where you can go to, and there's forums, things like these, this live type groups. And I haven't seen from you in forever, Kruska. What's up, bro? It's been years. Years, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your family's doing well. You guys are awesome. If not every Saturday, that's okay, but I'll have to mark it. Remember to keep my eye out. Sometimes I'll power out and I'll retract away from everything. Look, that's okay. And forget to even keep my eye out. Retract might not be the word I'm looking for, but I get what you're saying, because I'm, like I said, that's okay. It's okay. Just as long as you're forgiving if you do miss things, just forgive yourself, because, it's okay to not be perfect in everything and always be on schedule and on time and blah, blah, blah. Because you're not gonna always be. So anyway, but yeah, that's my goal. Because I want, like I said, I just really want it to be more than just, podcasts and blogs by me and Tati. I really want there to be lots of people, lots of creators, lots of things going on. I want there to be events, actual, in-person, events, and things held, and conferences that are fun, and we can rent out a chunk of a hotel and just have a good time, and things like that. I would even love to have a mental lab cruise where all the different creators and all the different community members and all this stuff could go on a cruise and just have a good time and just get away from society and life, turn our phones off and just go on this boat and have a good time. That would be amazing. But that's big goals. Y'all know I got big goals for things. So one step at a time. But as far as right now, my goal for the next few weeks is to just continue uploading good content and kind of getting a good routine. Because this stuff does make me happy. I feel good talking and sharing. And it's good to get like live support of Mental Lab Rave. Yes! Hashtag Mental Lab Rave. Wait, no, Mental Rave. But yeah, like it would be just so awesome, guys. There's a lot of y'all that's watched, that's been on. I don't even know how I can like view bringing on other podcasters would help both you and the other podcaster to do a podcast on your channel and theirs. It would be good. It would give both of you a different audience or whatever platform you're on, YouTube, podcast, or etc. Yeah, so I actually have I'm actually trying to make a list. So what I think I'm going to end up doing, right? So we're in season 1 of our podcast, of the Mental Lab podcast show, right? Season 1. I think season 1, I just want to set a good foundation. And I think I'm going to do 10 episodes in season 1. Right? So 10 episodes of season 1. And then I really want season 2 to be like 10 episodes. And I have some really great guests or other podcasters or other creators to like be on every episode for 10 episodes. I think that would be so awesome and great for like building community, because I don't think it's really the greatest. I don't think it's the greatest, the best community, I guess, or the best way to have a bunch of guests come onto the podcast if we don't have that much of an audience built up, like either on YouTube or on our website, on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon, all that, because it's everywhere. But I don't think if we don't have a good strong audience already, I don't think it'll be the best. So I want to build up a good foundation before I guess I start bringing guests on. I did have a guest or two in my mind that I've talked to about coming on, and they've already agreed to come on within the next few weeks. But I think I want to give it like about another 2 months, because we're filming episode 4 tomorrow, so six more episodes. About a month. So about in 2 months, so maybe around September or around November, we start season 2. That's what I really want to do, is like a guest, like season 2 is for the guests. And so that's really what I am planning. I thank y'all for supporting and showing up. Like, it was cool. I mean, like, this was real cool. One of these days, eventually, when we get, I think I have to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I can go live on YouTube. But I think I have 2 subscribers. So all of you who are watching now, go to the YouTube channel and click subscribe and share and get other people to subscribe, so that way I can be able to do this on YouTube, and I can just altogether stop doing this on Facebook, because I only reach as far as my friends, on Facebook. Oh, we got 4 subscribers. Get lit. What? Turn up. Okay, wait. How do I go to my channel? How do I go to my channel? 4 subscribers. Turn up. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna post all y'all's love and supports. I'm gonna post this right here. I'm gonna pin it as well. Wait, no. How about I do this? I'm gonna put both links that y'all should go to and show y'all support for. And wait, can I enter? Oh yeah, I can. And there we go. Pin. So this is for you guys to, it only pin. Okay, yeah. Oh, I should have put, can I edit? Edit. Put a space in between. Another space. There we go. There we go. Bam, 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 turkey ham. All right, guys, make sure you, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, so that way I can go live on YouTube. We can go live on YouTube and do this. And also, make sure you go to the website and support. I've got another blog I'm going to post tomorrow on my blog, and we also are filming tomorrow. I don't even have a topic yet. I have a few topics I've been thinking about because we did a podcast on Tuesday. I don't have a topic for our podcast for tomorrow. Anybody got any ideas for a podcast topic that they want to hear? So I've been thinking about like doing so granted, like y'all just get familiar with the guest that's joining you helps show you are trying to build a community and awareness to things and not just trying to get a quick buck and I'm all about supporting small creators. Big facts. Yeah, that's the other thing, like that's really annoying. Like on our Instagram page, it's people like find, like obviously you put your tags about mental health and stuff. People find your Instagram and they're like, hey, we want your support and we want to support you, but all this stuff is like monetary stuff. Like it doesn't take money to, like, I get it, like some of the like accounts are, like merchandise type stuff, and that's cool. I understand merchandise type stuff, but like who needs money for like just like I'm not saying like eventually like let's say 5-10 years down the line, right, the mental app is a like a LCC or LLC or company or whatever, right, and we're doing good. Like it's not for profit, obviously, but like yes, I would love to be able to make money to add more resources to what we can do for people, or get more money so that way we can plan big events and get discounts and stuff like that. But like while you're small, why is it your goal to be making money like that? That doesn't even make sense to me, especially if you're trying to advocate. Like advocacy doesn't take money. It didn't take Martin Luther King to like raise money for himself or for a nicer, like, no, he did what he had to do, raise money for awareness and for organizations and stuff, which makes sense. But like, what? That don't make sense. Yes, but at that point, you have shown what your message is, right? And that's the other thing. And I'll be generally, yeah, exactly. Like that's the big point. Like I showed what the message is, and I'm not trying to, like, nobody wants. So that's one thing that sucks about I guess networking when you're small creators and small little community, is that everybody who wants to network with you just wants to make money, and that's annoying. It's really annoying. But yeah, every Saturday I get it's 3 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. Central Time. Good time. I'm trying to type so fast to keep up. Yo, I bet, Kayla, you've been here since the start. Like, yes. I can't even, I don't know why it doesn't show me like who is all viewing, because like I would love to be able to see who's like all viewing, but it's whatever. What's this overview? But yeah, it's 3 p.m. a good time, 3 p.m. 4 p.m. Central Time, a good time for everybody. Kayla saying my video is behind. Yeah, this is why I wanted to go live on YouTube, because YouTube is only like, I think 6 or 7 seconds behind, and Facebook, I don't even know. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 seconds. There's a 14-second lag on what I'm saying right here and what y'all are getting. So by the time I read y'all stuff, hey, by the time I read y'all stuff, it's already 14 seconds late. If I see it, and by the time y'all hear me say it, whatever. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end it right there because I need to go make food or start making food or something, and I feel so good. I'm so happy that you guys supported, and this live stream is going to be posted on the website and likely on YouTube. It's going to be posted across all the rest of the platforms as audio as well. So I'm probably gonna put it as like a bonus episode to like the podcast. So if you guys want to go to our like all of our different links, then I'll probably post it on my Facebook, but for sure you guys can access this hopefully from all over. Drink your water. What? Yes, make sure you eat and drink. Yeah, I need to eat and drink my water. I said I was going to make breakfast this morning, and guess what I did not do? Make breakfast this morning. But thank y'all for supporting. Like I said, make sure y'all subscribe to YouTube, just so that way, like I said, we can build that community there, and also check out the website as well. But I hope y'all all have a blessed day. Find something grateful to live for today, the rest of the day, and I hope y'all have a good night. Adios, guys. I don't even know how to end this. How do I end this? How do I end this? Settings? No, that's quality. Okay. How do I end this? I don't know. I'm going to subscribe now and share the link. I'm looking forward to the next one. Get lit. Also, before I go, if y'all still here, make sure if y'all have any recommendations for topics that y'all would like for us to talk about on the next podcast, or even stuff from my blog, just y'all can shoot me a message, or y'all can post it on my Facebook. I'll send out a status requesting information for what y'all want. Y'all can just reply to that. Okay, so yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to figure out how to end this. Is this the button? Pause. No, I don't do that. No, that's account. Menu? No. Notifications? No. Oh, do I have to end it? Yeah,